How can you improve your express entry score using an LMIA? This video we're gonna cover that. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dhruv and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I am here to help you with all your immigration related queries and immigration related questions. Today we will be covering the PR Supporting LMIA process so that you can get those 50 points and boost your express entry score to get the next ITA. To begin, express entry scores have been pretty high for the all program draw. The last draw we had was at 504 CRS cutoff. Now, there have been some category specific draws, and this week we had a French category specific draw and we had a agriculture specific draw. And the agriculture specific draw was special because it had a mere CRS cutoff score of 354. Only 600 ITAs were issued and the score was 354. So this was the great news during this week. Anyone who is having 6 months of experience in the agriculture industry in these 3 NOC codes, you are eligible for this kind of draw, and 354, to be honest, is a very easy score to attain. Now that was all about the agriculture specific draw. Now let's talk about how you can boost your score using a PR Supporting LMIA. The LMIA process seems to be very daunting for most of us. Even for employers, they feel very scared about this process. There's a lot of procedures, paperwork involved. You have to deal with the government. However, it looks harder than it really is. It seems more scary. It seems more daunting than it actually is. And it's not that hard for you to get a PR Supporting LMIA to obtain 50 additional points to support your express entry. First of all, what is a PR Supporting LMIA? A PR Supporting LMIA is a labor market impact assessment that is specifically meant for folks under express entry to provide them with 50 points to boost their express entry score. The government says that if you have this, we are satisfied that you have a job offer, and hence we will give you more points towards your express entry because you're more likely to come to Canada and settle well because you already have a valid job offer which the Canadian government has approved. Now the main part, which is the second part of this video, is how to obtain a PR Supporting LMIA. There are multiple steps towards obtaining a PR Supporting LMIA, and we're going to go through each one of them. The first step is posting an ad. You need to post an ad in 3 different sources. 3 different sources you need to post an ad, and that has to run for at least 30 days. When posting the ad and when doing an LMIA application, the most important thing is to make sure that the job wage that you're being offered is at least the median wage for that particular job that you're doing and for that particular location that you are going to be doing the job in. You can search this in Job Bank. Here on the screen, you can see an example. For example, for a food service supervisor in the Toronto region, so if you're in GTA, your wage must be greater than or equal to $16.92. So this table over here, it is the wages, the low, median and high wage. Those are the 3 columns for a food service supervisor based on the location. So in Toronto, you can see that the median is $16.92. If your wage is below $16.92, the LMIA will never be approved. So don't even bother if your employer is not willing to increase your wage or if your wage is below this. The second important thing to consider when applying for LMIA and posting an advertisement is to determine whether your LMIA application falls in the low wage LMIA category or a high wage LMIA category. Now, this might be confusing, but I'm going to give you a simple formula to determine. Here on the screen, you can see this table. This table shows the median wage per province. The simple calculation is if the wage that you're being offered is greater than this number, then you fall under the high wage LMIA category. If the wage that you're being offered is below this number, then you fall in the low wage LMIA category. Now, please don't confuse this median wage per province with the median wage per occupation that was discussed before this. This median wage per province is just to segregate low wage LMIA from high wage LMIA, but the median wage per occupation and location is what determines if you qualify for an LMIA or not. So your wage needs to be higher than the median wage that is for that particular occupation in that location, higher than or equal to the median wage. It could be higher than the median wage per province as seen in this table, or lower than the median wage, and based on that you would qualify under the low wage or high wage category. Now, if your LMIA is under a high wage stream, so if your wage is above the median wage per province for your specific province, then you qualify under the high wage LMIA, and then you can post in 3 different ad sources. One has to be the Canadian Job Bank. The other 2 could be any other ad sources. For example, there is Career Owl, there is All Star Jobs, etc. These are free sources and you can post your ad there. If you fall under the low wage category, that is your wage being offered is less than the median wage for that province, then you fall under the low wage category and you have to also advertise in 3 sources. The one has to be Job Bank always, but the other 2 have to target specific minority groups. You cannot post in Indeed, LinkedIn. That does not qualify for this kind of application. It has to target minority groups. So Newcomers Canada, Job Center, Aboriginal Job Center. These are some sources that you can use. So minority groups could be newcomers, could be Aboriginals, could be disabled people, etc. The last thing that you need to take care when you're posting the advertisement is the advertisement needs to be inclusive. So if you are putting some conditions in the ad that specifically forbid Canadians or PRs or discriminate against them, then that is going to cause a problem. So the ad needs to be inclusive with simple requirements such that it seems that you're giving the Canadians and permanent residents a chance to get that job, to apply for that job. The next step, once the advertisement period is over, is applying for the LMIA. Now the LMIA application is done through an online portal now. There is an online portal. You sign into that portal and you fill and complete the LMIA application. Along with the LMIA application, the most important documents you need to provide are a job offer, signed job offer, which has been signed recently. Secondly, you need for your employer to provide proof of their business. Proof that the business is legitimate, and they have to prove this via certain documents. On the screen you can see a list of documents that they can use to prove that their business is legitimate. The third important thing is your employer needs to showcase their ability to pay you or pay the foreign worker. Again, on the screen here you can see all the documents, a list of documents that they can use to prove that they are able to pay for the job offer. With all these documents in place, with the advertisements done, with an application form filled in, and with business legitimacy docs and financial docs, you are all set to submit the application. Make sure you include everything in the application. Once you submit the application, it goes to the ESTC processing office. They will take their time to process the application. During the processing of the application, they may reach out to your employer. Most likely they will reach out to your employer for a short interview call. Once that is done, they will make a decision whether they will approve the LMIA or whether they will disapprove the LMIA. The best part is a PR Supporting LMIA is a free application. Government does not charge any fee unless you're asking for a work permit. Now, if your work permit expiring soon and you're doing an LMIA for supporting your PR, I do recommend you get a work permit along with it. It's $1,000 fee to obtain a work permit supporting LMIA. If you do not need a work permit, just 50 points, then there is no fee from the government. And that is it. Once all of this is done, then you are all set. If you have received a positive LMIA, you can go into your Express Entry profile, update the LMIA information, and voila, you'll get 50 points towards your Express Entry. I hope this helped clarify the LMIA process for most of you. The process can be broken down into 3 simple steps. First is determining your eligibility in terms of your wage, and determining the class under which you will qualify, whether you will qualify under the low wage stream or you will qualify under the high wage stream. The second step is to post an advertisement. This is the most important step. You want to make sure the advertisement is done properly and in the correct places, correct sources, and that advertisement has to run for at least 30 days. The third step and the final step is to compile the entire application, including the job offer, advertisement proofs, the business legitimacy docs, the financial docs, and submit the application for processing. And finally, once the processing is over, then you will receive your decision. That's it for today, guys. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon so that you're notified for any new video that we upload. We keep uploading new content on a weekly basis, and hopefully the idea is that all the DIY applicants and everyone who is confused about this process, especially in today's time with high express entry scores, can achieve some clarity, can obtain some help, and is able to do their application well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.